Dragons of the Singularity, Part 2, Shadows of the Present. Chapter 5, Ashes of Trust, the base stank of smoke, blood, and ozone. Selene picked her way through the wreckage, boots crunching over shattered glass and frozen snow tracked inside during the firefight. Half the lights were out, and the others flickered, casting the halls in spasms of shadow. The fighting had burned itself down to embers. Bodies littered the corridors, soldiers in fatigues, Consortium guards in black, a few scientists caught in the crossfire. The facility that had once been a sanctuary of research now felt like a grave. Kieran stayed close behind her, his jaw tight, eyes scanning every doorway. His usual manic energy was gone, replaced by grim focus.
Rourke's men pulled back to the north hangar. Consortium's holed up in the labs, everyone else scattered.
Selene hugged her arms around herself. The resonance still pulsed in her skull, raw and jagged, echoes of the two dragons clashing above. She could feel their absence like a missing heartbeat. The choice still hung over her, chains or wings. But right now, she could barely choose which hallway to take. They slipped into the mess hall. The long tables were overturned, dishes shattered, bullet holes pocking the walls. A handful of survivors huddled in the corners. Scientists too shell-shocked to speak. Medics tending to the wounded with dwindling supplies. One man stirred when he saw Selene. Dr. Harada, her former supervisor, staggered forward, his coat stained with blood.
Arkwright, you're alive.
What happened?
Harada's eyes burned with fever. The Consortium tried another test. It failed spectacularly. Resonance surge. Half the lab went up in flames. They won't stop. They'll keep breaking people until they succeed.
Then we have to stop them.
Stop them or join them. You already carry what they want. You've survived the bond. You're their proof.
I'll never...
Never or not yet?
He collapsed in her arms. By the time Kieran pulled her back, Harada was gone. They left the mess in silence, Selene's thoughts churning. Every faction wanted something from her. Rourke demanded loyalty. The Consortium wanted to dissect her. The faithful would call her a prophet, and the hunters would brand her a traitor. Even Kieran looked at her differently now. Not with distrust, but with desperation, as though she held the key to every answer he sought. Trust was ash. They reached the communications wing. Most of the arrays were fried, but Kieran worked quickly, coaxing life into a backup terminal.
Satellite uplink's gone, but shortwave's still kicking. If I can patch into an open frequency, maybe...
Static filled the room. Then a voice, sharp and commanding.
This is General Rourke. All loyal personnel regroup at the north hangar. We hold the line until extraction.
Extraction by who?
Before Selene could answer, another voice crackled through a competing frequency, smooth, cold, unmistakable.
This is Director Solon of the Consortium. Scientific staff, report to the lower labs. Your work is too important to abandon. Volunteers will be rewarded.
Two masters calling dogs.
And neither worth following.
They made their way toward the outer compound. Snow blew through shattered doors, the cold biting as they stepped into the courtyard. Fires smoldered where plasma had scorched the earth. Selene stopped dead. A group of soldiers knelt in the snow before a makeshift shrine. Scrap metal twisted into the shape of wings, torches burning around it. Their rifles lay abandoned on the ground.
The dragons are not our enemies. They are our salvation.
Selene's breath caught, faithful.
Great, cultists in our backyard.
But Selene couldn't move. She felt the resonance hum around the shrine, faint but real. The faithful were tapping into something, not bonds like hers, but echoes, reverberations of belief amplifying the signal.
Do you feel it? Their faith? It's feeding back into the resonance.
So belief is enough now? You kneel hard enough and the dragons hear you.
Maybe.
The faithful began chanting. The auroras above rippled brighter as if answering.
We need to go, now.
She let him pull her away, but the hum lingered in her bones. They found shelter in one of the maintenance hangars, half buried in snowdrifts. Inside, equipment lay abandoned. Snowmobiles, fuel canisters, crates of rations. It felt almost safe. Selene slumped against a wall, exhaustion crashing over her. Her hands shook as she lit a small heater.
We can't stay. Rourke's dogs will sweep the compound. Consortium, too. And if the faithful catch sight of you, they'll call you their saint.
And the hunters would put a bullet in my head.
Exactly. So where does that leave us?
Alone.
The word tasted bitter. Later, as Kieran slept fitfully, Selene dreamed again. The crystal chamber stretched around her, fractured down the middle, gold on one side, violet on the other. Alpha stood on the golden plain, the violet dragon on its opposite. Both watched her in silence.
You're tearing me apart.
We are already apart.
Choose, the violet dragon hissed.
I can't, not yet.
The floor split wider beneath her feet. She teetered on the edge, staring into the abyss below. Flames licked upward, swallowing the crystal.
Then all fall, Alpha warned.
She woke with a scream, sweat freezing on her skin.
They're not united. They're fighting each other, just like us.
Then maybe we've got more in common with them than we thought.
At dawn, distant engines roared. Selene peered through the hangar window. Convoys rolled toward the base, armored carriers flying the insignia of a UN coalition. Soldiers in blue helmets spilled out, weapons gleaming. Relief surged, then soured. Because behind them, Consortium agents strode openly, guiding the troops.
So much for neutral rescue.
Selene's heart sank. The architects had burrowed into the coalition too. No one was neutral anymore. The resonance throbbed in her skull. She knew, without knowing how, that the dragons were watching, judging. And she felt the truth settle heavy in her chest. Trust was ash. If she wanted to survive, if humanity wanted to survive, she couldn't give trust blindly. Not to Rourke, not to the Consortium, not even to the faithful. She could only trust the bond, and herself. That night she slipped outside, the auroras rippling above. Snow stung her face, but she stood tall, lifting her chin to the sky.
Alpha?
The hum answered, steady and golden.
Tell me what to do.
For a long moment, silence. Then, walk the fire, become bridge, or there will be no crossing.
I'm not ready.
Neither are we. But the fire does not wait.
The auroras pulsed brighter, as if echoing the words. Selene wrapped her arms around herself, shivering. She didn't know what being a bridge meant, but she knew one thing. She couldn't stay hidden in ashes. Soon, she would have to step into the fire.